Thank you all for watching. Welcome to Poe Performance. On the range today is a special guest, my youngest son, Brock. Brock, would you like to say something for everybody?
Let's shoot some guns.
Let's shoot some guns. I like that attitude. Simply put, guys, this is the first video, the first of the selection process for a new concealed carrier in Brock. Now, in Indiana, you have to be 18 minimum to carry a handgun license. Now, that doesn't mean concealed. You can also open carry in Indiana, although you know how I feel about open carry. And we've got 4 really good options on the table. Now, it doesn't mean that these are the only things he's going to shoot, but they're definitely a good starting point. And as noted in the title of the video, the Glock 43, the M&P Shield, the Sig P365, and the Beretta APX carry. 4 really good options for anyone interested in a good concealable 9mm pistol. Now, we could have brought bigger guns out like a Glock 26 or a 19, etc., but you know, Brock's got quite a bit of experience shooting already, and he handles 9mm in these guns just fine. And the bottom line is, guys, you know how I feel about concealability. I feel like it's extremely important that you conceal 100%, even if it doesn't matter, like some people say. I don't want people knowing I'm carrying, and that's the whole point, concealed carry. So, we'll be shooting blazer brass, 115 grain today. We're gonna do different drills. We're gonna ring some steel, shoot some paper, slow fire, burst of 2, 3, 4, 5, who knows, but we'll decide as we go. And Brock's quest to figure out a carry gun as a new concealed carrier here in Indiana is beginning, and you guys are going along for the ride. Let's load up the APX carry with 5 rounds. The range is clear and it's all yours. All right, did it lock back after that round?
Yep.
Okay, good, good. That's important also because you want to check and make sure that your grip isn't interfering, you know, with the gun. All right, next in line is the M&P Shield. Let's load up 5 rounds. All right, did that one lock back?
Nope.
Okay, it didn't. Check it. Is the gun clear?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, it's good to know. Take note of that. Next up is the Sig P365. And again, these are all flush fit. 5 rounds, and we're going to run them with extended mags. Okay, lock back?
Yep.
Good. All right, last but certainly not least is a Glock 43. That's a gun that I have carried more than any other gun in the last 5 years. At least a Glock 43, so see how it goes. All right, and it locked back, didn't it?
Yep.
All right. So all the guns are clear, range is clear. Let's walk up to the target. Now first, let's take a look at the Beretta APX carry. You got a hole in hole here. So those are all 5 of your rounds, and they're really low.
Yeah.
And we could probably attribute that to that double action pull.
Probably.
Which is something you probably could train to, right?
Yeah. It's not my favorite, though.
But after your first 5 rounds, it's not your favorite, is it? All right, and the M&P Shield, take a look at that one next. Not a bad group. Actually pretty solid. Probably in that 3.5, 4-inch range. 365. Nice group there. Nothing wrong with that at all. You got 3 holes touching right there.
Yeah.
Very nice. And being a little bit left, no big deal right now. And then there is your Glock 43. So your Shield and APX carry groups are bigger, and they're a little less accurate as well. You're definitely better with the 365 and the 43, at least with the flush fit mag, right?
Yep.
So let's try the extended and see how that goes. All right, if you notice, there's a gun missing here on the barrel, and that's going to be the Beretta APX carry. Now, if it were one of the Beretta APX compacts, Centurions, or full size, I know it would not have been one of the first ones kicked out of the group because those are amazing shooters. But Brock, the double action trigger was the difference, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it just didn't feel as comfortable in the hand.
Right, and the groups, you know, even just in the second magazine, they were better. You know, you brought it up more on paper, and with training,
yeah,
you could get used to it. But, you know, there's a purpose for double action triggers. One is a safety. Right. Well, you know, your safety, you know, you adhere to the safety rules just fine, so I'm not concerned there. Keep your finger out of the trigger guard until you're ready to fire. But you've shot quite a few striker fired guns, so it's definitely different with that APX carry long double action trigger. Yeah. Now, as far as shootability though, it felt good, right?
Yeah, it did feel good. It was just so much different than these.
Right.
And these right out of the gate, obviously I've shot better than
a lot better, yeah. So that's not a knock on the APX carry, guys. It's just a different trigger, and it's designed for different people. Maybe someone who has a long history with revolvers, and then you know, want to get into the semi-automatic. The APX carry would be a great choice. But just after the preliminary test there, Brock just didn't feel comfortable, didn't like it. So we're left with the M&P Shield, the Sig 365, and the Glock 43. Okay. So next test, we got extended magazines loaded up with 6 rounds. Brock's gonna go from high ready, and he's gonna press out, and he's gonna put 3 rounds on steel, bring it back to high ready, press out, put 3 more rounds on steel, okay?
Yep.
First up is the M&P Shield. Let's see how it goes. The range is yours. All right. Couple misses there. It did lock back, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now you're going fast. You're going fast. We get it.
Sig.
Sometimes you go fast, you miss. Just go as fast as your skills will allow you to make hits. But at the same time, we're checking. We're seeing when you push the gun out fast, can you get hits? That's what we're after here. Sig P365 next. Okay, couple misses there right off the bat. It happens. Glock 43 next. All right, a miss with a Glock. I thought you were going to go 6 for 6. What'd you think as far as speed goes? Picking up the sights on that steel, what'd you think? Give me your feedback.
As far as sights, the Sig, I think I picked up the fastest.
Okay.
I think it's just the smaller grip.
Yep.
But as far as shootability, the Glock was better.
Right. So you think it's the green on the Sig? Do you think that's it?
It could be. Honestly, I don't know. I think with the blacked out sights like that in the back, my eye draws to the green in the front. Right. And it's not a distraction in the back. Right.
Now the beautiful thing about the Glock too, those are Ameriglow bolts, is they've got green, well, not necessarily in Ameriglow bolts, but they do make a green front sight like that. That would be just like the X-ray sight on the Sig. So what do you think about the Shield?
I mean, it shoots good, but it just doesn't feel as good in the hand.
It just doesn't feel as good in the hand? No. That's one of the main knocks that people don't like about the Shield, is it feels really long front to back, and it's narrow, so some people feel like it moves around in their hand a little bit.
I felt like the first 2 I shot, I felt like I was torquing it, kind of, because it felt like it was moving.
Right, right. So, I mean, would you eliminate the Shield right now?
Probably.
Probably?
Yeah. All
right, next series of drills, we're just going to go with the 43 and the 365. All right, we decided to go ahead and run that same drill. Now, Brock's going to slow down just a little bit this time and only go as fast as you need to go while you're still getting hits. Cool?
Yep.
All right, so 3 rounds fast, but yet under control. Let's get hits. Sig 365 is first, and the range is yours. There you go. Okay. Glock 43. All right, a couple misses with each. You know what I like though that you did is when you had the misses, this is because you're cognizant of what you're doing. When you had those misses, you slowed down
Yeah.
You got a sight picture clean, and then you press the shot and you got a hit. All right, so the last drill we're gonna do for the day is some one-handed shooting. Now this is at 7 yards, and Brock's gonna take just his strong hand, just his right hand, and he's gonna ring steel with it. See how we do. 5 rounds in a magazine. Here we go. Okay, nicely done, and it locked back. Glock 43 next. All right. All right. What'd you think with one hand? How'd they feel?
Sig felt better.
Sig felt better?
One hand.
Did it?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and let's get the guns on the table over there and we'll get our final thoughts. Right back where we started just a little while ago, but we're down to 2 guns now instead of 4, and that's the Glock 43 and the Sig P365. So Brock, tell me why you eliminated the APX carry first of all out of the 4.
Double action trigger. Most of the pistols I've shot were the single, so single just felt more natural. And then double, obviously, from as everyone can see, I shot really low compared to the rest.
Right, and truth be told, guys, the very first rounds that I put through that APX carry, I did exactly the same thing. I was off the paper low. Double action triggers are just not for everybody. It is a training thing, or it's a thing where if you've already had experience with double actions, you can roll right into it, all right? Cool gun though, no malfunctions, and several hundred rounds has been great. I haven't done a review on it, but I can tell you, if you like double action triggers, it's a good gun. It shoots nice.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Really, really a good shooter. So why the M&P Shield then? Why did you boot that one?
Really, it just, in the hand, it didn't feel as good as these two. That was the biggest thing, was as far as the 3, just the quick burst, it didn't feel in the hand as well as these two did.
Right. They feel like it might even want to move.
Yeah, like it was kind of moving to the left. So.
Yeah, and that's common. I've heard that from people out there who were really good shooters and have shot for a long time that have had that problem. It just feels like it wants to move around in the hand. I personally, with the Shield, haven't felt that, but everybody is different, and that's why we're here. He's figuring out exactly what works for him, all right? So we're not picking a gun right now, but out of the Sig and the Glock, tell me what you liked about each, starting with the 365.
I definitely like the sight picture better on the Sig.
Now, not just the sight color, but you like the sight picture, just the way it looks.
Okay? Yeah. So I like that. I also liked, I think when I really slowed down and concentrated on my grip, I also shot that better, the Sig.
Right. Now for the 43, tell me what you liked about it.
I do like, the one thing I like about the Glock is everything's squared off. So I think it's just a little bit easier to pick up in a way, especially if you put a green front, since my eye picked up on that well.
Right.
I just like squaring everything off and it's ready to go. Makes it easy.
It makes sense. I mean, eyes are drawn to squares, they're drawn to corners, and that's been proven, and that's why some people don't like the U-shaped sights. It messes up their vision. You know, your eyes are drawn to those corners squared off. So some people with a squared off slide of the Glock, especially if you shot it a bunch like I have, it's natural and it looks good. So as far as the one-handed shooting, now you didn't miss any with the Sig, correct? Yep. And then you have one miss with the Glock. Do you think you got on the trigger a little fast? What do you think was the...
Probably got on the trigger fast, but with the one hand, the Sig felt better.
It felt better?
Yeah.
As far as recoil and everything else? So
yep.
Cool, good. Now we do have a little bit of bonus footage coming here in just a little bit. We haven't included the 365 XL for a reason. The entire reason that these 4 guns were chosen anyway is they're concealable, they're shootable, they're reliable, and you know, for concealed carry, those are obviously important. They're also able to be carried really small. So with flush fit magazines, they can all be carried small, but you can always put extended and make them bigger. The 365 XL, especially when you're a new carrier, what you're gonna find is everybody sees my gun. When you start carrying and you go somewhere the first time, people are gonna, they're looking at my gun. I know they see it. I mean, am I printing? It's going to happen. Trust me, it happens to everybody, and you guys know it out there. It happened to me as well. You're just conscious of it, and you think they see my gun. Oh no! And even though, you know what, for the most part, people are so wrapped up in their phones and not paying attention, nobody's going to see your gun unless it's somebody like me or that. I look for it. I look for it to see who's concealed carrying out there, and sometimes you can pick it up. All right, so. But the XL, he's going to shoot the XL here in just a little bit. I haven't run the 15-round mag yet. I just got in. I want him to put the first rounds through that and see how it runs. But the reason, again, that we picked these as far as the smaller ones is he can always throw in a 12 or 15-round mag into the 365. He can always put a +2 or +3 extension into the 43 and make it bigger, but you can't make the XL smaller. So who knows, though, down the road the XL may come into play and may be an option, especially after you shoot it here in a little bit. You may fall in love with that thing. Yeah. So, all right, if you had to pick right now, though, I mean, if somebody said there's bad guys, 2 bad guys coming right now, one of them is armed, and they're coming to cause trouble, and you had to go into a gunfight in 3 minutes, and you have 1 magazine to fight with, which one are you going to pick and why?
I'd say Glock.
Yeah?
Yep. Just because, again, I like everything being so squared. I think especially under stress, it's nothing, you don't think about it. When you put it up, it's just kind of there.
Right.
So I think that make it a lot easier.
Yep. Yep. Now the only difference is 6 rounds and 10, so you better make sure you 8 and these extend 8 and 12. Headshots. So make sure you make sure you put shots where they need to be. So that's interesting, guys. So those are the preliminary thoughts there. I don't know how this is going to evolve. Maybe we'll make another range trip soon, and take the camera and let you guys take a peek into what Brock is heading toward there. Let me know down below if you guys have kids or if you've gone through something like this yourself and you've helped them get into the concealed carry game. All of his older siblings concealed carry, my daughter, my 2 sons, and they've been around guns for a long time. I'm going to close by saying this. At 6, 8 years old, I have my kids shooting 20 gauge slugs, and people have called me crazy for it. But you know what? If you're not afraid of a 20 gauge slug, a pistol, a 22, etc., is not going to scare you. And I know that might seem weird. It might seem bravado or tough guyish, but it's not. It was just, I started it with the oldest, and it worked, so I just continued it right down with everybody else. So they're not recoil sensitive, they're not afraid of guns, and their gun rules, they follow them to a T, and that's going to keep them safe. So I'm not concerned if they have an external safety or not either. That's your safety right there. Now under stress, obviously things can happen, but with a safety they can happen as well. We just pray we're never in a situation where we have to use these, but if we are, we want to make sure they're reliable, concealable, they feel good in the hand, and we can put rounds where they need to be. All right, so if you had to go in a gunfight right now, the 43 would be it.
Yep.
Interesting take. All right, guys, stay tuned. I've got more videos on the way, including this journey continued with Brock's concealed carry choice right here at Poe Performance. Thanks for watching. Some bonus footage with the 365 XL and a brand new 15-round magazine. I haven't shot it yet. We're going to let Brock break it in, see how it runs, make sure it locks back after the last round, etc. Just mix it up, man. Singles, doubles, triples, 4 or 5 round bursts, whatever you want to do. You might fall in love. And she locked back, didn't he?
Yep.
How'd you think that felt?
Really good.
Is that pretty sweet?
Oh yeah.
You think maybe we should include that one in the next test?
Yeah.
Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do the 365 XL and the 43.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right. We'll plan it.